I'm Patrick Bailey with iQlist.com. Today is May 5th, 2020, and in this video I'm going to be showing off a really cool print, a foldable tiger tank. See if I can get a good picture here. Made by Fab365. Okay, if you're unfamiliar with Fab365, go to fab365.net, go check out some of their stuff. These guys are ninjas. They've been around a little while, for some time, but they're not as well known as they should be. Now, they do design prints and charge for them at a reasonable price. But the idea is, if you're new to 3D printing, or if you've been around a long time, you'll either know or you'll learn that when you print certain things need to be printed in certain orientations. So if you look at the screen here, here's this tank. If I wanted to print a wheel that was going to turn, I'd want to print it probably up. I don't want to print it on its side because that's not going to print so well because of the nature of 3D printers. So with that in mind, how do you print something as complex as a tank? A Panzer here, a Tiger tank from World War II. Do you print a bunch of different pieces and assemble them? That's one choice. In fact, there are some pretty cool tanks out there. I've kind of looked at out of the corner of my eye. I've been trying to find a really cool tank, especially a World War II tank, to print for the last couple of years. There are some cool ones out there. They're like RC models, like they're really big, really complex, take a lot of time, but the results are really cool. I just wanted a one-off that I could bring to the conference, show off to people, and hand out to kids and say, here's a little example of what you can do with a 3D printer. And I don't mind some assembly, but I haven't really found a good one. But then I came across this the other day, which I think is a new design by theirs. What they are known for is they create these designs that print really well, and the idea is you print them, and then you can fold them like an origami style into the creation. So you can print a car, it looks all funny, and then you fold it, and you've got a car that the wheels turn. They've got some robots. They've got a lot of really cool stuff, so go check them out. But they have this tank, finally a tank. And so I printed out a couple, and they are just really cool. I'll get some more close-ups of this. A little assembly required, but the nice thing is the main part of it, you print it, and then you just fold together, and you've got a tank. And then you got to put the treads together and a few things, but overall, not too bad. And I have a couple printed out here, so I'm going to assemble them. But also, there is a video out there, which I'll put a link in the show notes, showing you how to assemble it. So they do it for you. So you probably want to go watch this. Don't trust me, because I may not follow their instruction quite as well here. But it's not too bad to put together, but go watch that video before you assemble yours if you print one out. So I've already bought it, $5.49. In my mind, a great deal for the amount of work they've done to this. So, before we put it together live, let's go over the numbers. So, the individual pieces. So first, this hull that you see right here, the Tiger Tank hull. It took 19 hours and 57 minutes to print on my Prusa Mini. It took 12.5 cents with electricity, and it weighs 0.144 kilograms. And at $20 per kilogram, that comes up to $2.88 worth of material. So the total cost of that part is $3.01. Now also the turret, I keep saying the turret, but I mean the cannon and a couple extra pieces that attach to the back. I printed those out consecutively. One took 53 minutes, one took 55 minutes, but together it took about 1.3 cents electricity, and it weighs 0.006 kilograms or 12 cents worth of material. Altogether that was 13 cents, so not much for that. Now the tank treads. All the tank treads together took 6 hours and 15 minutes to print. It took 4.2 cents of electricity, and it weighs 0.024 kilograms. At $20 per kilogram comes out to 48 cents. So to print the tank treads was 53 cents. So the grand total for all this, it took 28 hours and 0 minutes to print. It took 16.2 cents of electricity, and overall it weighs 0.174 kilograms. At $20 per kilogram comes out to $3.48 worth of material. So in total, $3.67 to print. Now, of course, you have to add to that the original cost of the print, which is $5.40. So you add that all together, you're looking about $9 to print just one. But of course, I'm going to print several and hand them out. Now, of course, to emphasize to people, when you buy these prints, you're free to print them out, you're free to give them away, you're free to do kind of what you want with them, except for you're not free to resell them. They own the rights to these. They own the rights to the design. I can't just go print these out and sell these on eBay because they own the rights to the design. Now, maybe if you think these are worth selling on eBay, which I don't necessarily think so, maybe you can call them up and cut a deal. I don't know. But for me, I'm going to be printing some and giving them away. So just a note on copyright. Don't be too abusive, especially someone like this who's doing a great job and making great prints. So there's all the numbers. Again, there's the video showing how to assemble it. So with that, let's go show one up close and let's put one together. Okay, so first let me just show you one I printed before. Now there are some parts that are off. So these pieces I haven't yet glued on, and these you have to glue on. So you have to, get a little super glue or whatever kind of thing, glue those on, and also glue these on. But the rest of it you can put on. I also need to glue these on because these don't come off. These don't stay on very well. So even though they kind of snap in, they're going to come off. So I'm going to have to go glue these treads on the top. But that is the Panzer tank. It is pretty sweet. Now the one thing it can't really do is it does not, the treads, even though in theory they could turn, they don't really. Put it on the carpet, you try to move it, and they're not going to really turn very well. But otherwise, it's really cool. It's one of those, if there were tighter tolerances on the treads, on the wheels, it might, but it seems to bind up. But that seems to be the least of my complaints compared to what the alternatives are, right? So anyway, there's that. And with that, let me assemble some of these guys. Now, it's probably better to watch their video because I'm probably going to mess up some stuff. So here we have the turret. Turret turns. I didn't do anything to do that. And we got all these little guides down here. So the first step, I believe, looking at the video, you gotta free these up a little bit so those can go in. And then you're gonna have to kind of try to hook that into there, while at the same time this is going to bend. And the other one I kind of snapped off, but I eventually got it to work. Because some of these, once you get it together, they are not going to come apart very easily. So we've got that. In a little bit there. I'll get the other guy. As best I can. Also, that needs to. I'm not going to do this quite as. There we go. That's what I didn't do last time. I didn't get these moving up there. These little guys. That's what I didn't do last time. But I still managed to get it together. Okay. There we go. Getting there. And this guy. Oh, that's where I messed up. That's what I did last time. This little guy, that little nub, is going to go in the wheel. So, there we go. Bend that one over and get that in the axle. That's the key. Probably a good idea to rewatch the videos they did slowly. Or if you fail, you just print another one, right? You have a 3D printer. If you break something, you can print it again. Okay. Oh. Yeah, maybe this is going to be assembled better than my last one, so maybe the tank treads will do better on this. Get that nice. Okay, those feel a little more solid. And then get that in there. Some maneuvering. Because if you see this big nub down there, it's going to snap in there eventually. And once you snap in there, it's going to be really hard to take out. Okay. I don't want to break you. There we go. Okay. And then you can see I can have that space and snap it in. And there we go. You got most of the tank done. Then this piece goes in pretty easily. Let's see, did this one? It goes on that side, I believe. Just snaps in. That's the easy part. Then you got the tank treads, where you should have 4 of these long ones. And all you got to do is, these tank treads are pretty cool. Just, you know, snap them in. A little bit of force to do them by hand. Get ready to hurt your fingers, but I know I hurt mine, but I did get it together. There we go. There's one side. There's the other. Now I'm sure there's a direction to put them on. I'm sure some tank enthusiasts would yell at me for doing it the wrong way. I'm not certain. But also I can take them off and do it again. So I just kind of run that as best I can underneath those treads, underneath the wheel, and still, there we go. Okay. There we go. This is always a fight. And then attempt to get them together. There we go. And it does, in theory, turn, but I don't know. Some people may have better luck than I did. It's not one of those things that I can get turning very. And in theory, it turns. There's just too many bind points at it. Okay, let's get the other one on. This time I'll just go this way. Just going to maneuver it that way just by moving those a little bit. Now I know why their video took so long. Like, you're the ones who know how to do this. Okay. There we go. Oh, I gotta maneuver some of these wheels. Hey, come on, work with me. I can do it over again. Give me a few more tanks, I'll get good at this, right? Okay. Well, I got that one together and broke another one off. Yay. Okay. There we go. Tank. And then we have one of these
Kind of goes right here. It doesn't hold very well, like I said. So you probably want to, probably going to glue it. I know I am. Let's see. And then this one on this side. And then again, I got these, which I'll have to glue on. Right there. Oops. I'll have to go look at the video to see which one goes on which side, because they are a little, you know, they're symmetrical. And then these fenders, which again I have to glue. I might be able to stick them in there, but I'm going to have to probably glue them. Yeah, see, that one's going to fall out. That one just happens to be sticking. And then, there we go. There's the tank. Mostly assembled. Okay, it's a little off on that side. And see, that came off. But, look at that. That is super cool. So I'm thinking at some point when I start doing some tests with my smaller nozzle, I think I'm going to try to make a small tank. Because that would be really cool if you could make one half or quarter size this that looked this good with the same amount of details, but with a smaller nozzle. I think it'd be cool. Anyway, there's that. Great design. I would suggest go check out his site if you like this tank. I would say buy it. It's a good deal. But he's got a lot of other cool designs too. You should probably go check some of those out. And just in case anyone should ask, I'm not sponsored by anybody. Come on, look how many viewers I have, how many subscribers. No one's sponsoring me. I just think they do a great job. So check it out. No one's paying me for this video. They're doing a great job.
I just posted my Acorn face shield at proofsofprinters.org. I thought it'd be fun to do what Joel Telling, aka the 3D Printing Nerd, did. Take the 3D Verkistan face shield, design it with its included arms so you don't have to create a strap for it. But I did it all in OpenSCAD. Well, I did do some tweaks in Fusion 360 to smooth the edges for this first part that I put out there. Now for the first go around, I posted a single, a double, and a 5 stack, also with the 3DMF files, so that have nice settings for PLA and PETG, so you can print them and the stacks come apart easily. Print some out and tell me what you think. I will be doing some videos on them soon enough, and also posting the OpenSCAD code soon enough, which has some neat features like adding a visor or filling the gap in the front, and also adjusting the entire thing. You could make it taller, skinnier, all kinds of things you could do with it. Anyway, there's more to come on that in the near future.